Ace Hardware, the Huntsville Sports Commission, and by Bryant Bank. We are proud to be Alabama's bank of the community and for the community. Online at bryantbank.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
John Abraham here for the parts department at Bobcat of Huntsville. Not only do these guys carry genuine OEM Bobcat parts, they also have a full line of Marshalltown concrete supplies. On top of that, they have a wide selection of arborist tools and supplies on hand for you tree guys. Bobcat of Huntsville also has a full service department, and don't forget the sales and rental guys too. Come on down and visit the all-new Bobcat of Huntsville location in Madison on Highway 20 next to the Redstone Harley-Davidson.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy was built on treating athletes, and today we treat so much more. Whether you're a high school competitor, weekend warrior, or recovering from surgery, Johnson & Hayes pairs you with a dedicated therapist for one-on-one consistent care. We offer specialized programs in sports rehab, neurological therapy, pelvic health, post-concussion care, and more. Founded by lifelong athletes, trusted by top physicians across Alabama, Johnson & Hayes delivers results. Visit johnsonandhayes.com.
Now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's your host, Scott Theisen.
Good evening and welcome in to another edition of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Woo! Tonight, we see teams punch their tickets to the playoffs. We see teams inch a step closer to a region championship. Some actually win a region championship tonight. We have got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to talk about. Playoff seeding's up for grabs. What do we have going on tonight? We've got a lot of games that have gone final tonight. Final scores are rolling in left and right. The scoreboard team filling in the blanks all night long. Let's get you with what we have so far. We're just going to run these down so we've got finals, and then we're going to break you down through regions. We're going to break you down through everything tonight. So this is what we have so far. Bob Jones shuts out Albertville 48-0. Fort Payne over Hazel Green 38-12. Buckhorn over McJemison 6-0. Hartselle and Jasper. Hartselle wins it 17-14. Wait till you find out how this game ended. Plenty of intrigue in Jasper tonight. Coleman over Decatur 37-13. Athens over Columbia 64-14. We got Scottsboro over Arab 28-7. Randolph over Madison County 38-14. Deschler over West Limestone 47-14. Wilson over East Lawrence 28-22. White Plains over Etowah 27-21. We have an upset tonight. Alexandria knocks off the 6th ranked team in Class 4 Cherokee County 36-28. Hamilton over Haleyville 56-14. Fife over Holly Pond 54-14. Mars Hill Bible over Colbert Heights 55-0. Colbert County over Elkmont 72-19. Winfield over Hansville 48-21. Winston County over Tharptown 77-6. Red Bay over Decatur Heritage 50-9. This was a non-region game from last night. The only game played last night. Brooks over Lexington 49-21. And it was Southeastern over Cold Springs 13-8. Hackleburg over Shoals Christian 50-20. And Meek over Cherokee 54-6. Those are some of the finals that have rolled in to the scoreboard desk so far. We have continuing to get more finals coming in. In fact, just handed some more. Russellville knocks off West Point tonight, 42-14. It's another one that just gone final. Anniston over Aniana tonight, 43-6. 43-6, the final there. We put that one on the scoreboard. Scores continue to roll in. 256-576-4977. If you were out at a game tonight or if you got a score, feel free to give us a call. And all season long, you're going to be able to hear the fine tunes of the Lee High School marching band, Blue Thunder. Take a listen. Thank you to Reggie Pearson, the band director over at Lee High School, letting us drop by earlier before the season got underway. Got a little Lee High General Marching Band. They're providing the soundtrack for this year's Woody Anderson Ford High School football scoreboard show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. All right, let's delve into what we have so far. I told you the ending between Hartzell and Jasper was fantastic. It was fantastic. Now, here's the stage. Let's paint the picture for you. Hartzell with a win tonight clinches a first-round home playoff game. That's going to set up a winner-take-all game for the region next week against Muscle Shoals. Now, if the standings or the rankings, the Class 6A rankings hold on, you're going to get the number 3 team and the number 4 team next week. Muscle Shoals number 3, Hartzell number 4. Muscle Shoals and head coach Scott Basin, they're off this week. They're not playing. Hartzell had to play Jasper, had to go on the road. They start off good. Hayden Gray, a pick 6 for Hartzell, a 19-yard pick 6 puts Hartzell on the board. Jasper would tie it at 7. Hartzell then would take the lead back with 13 seconds left in the third quarter on a 21-yard field goal from Michael Summers. That makes it a 10-7 ball game. And then Hartzell fumbles the football. Jasper recovers it. Next play, they get a 5-yard touchdown run, makes it 14-10 Jasper with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. It would stay that way until 8 seconds left in the ball game. Hartzell's Kane Falciani, a 2-yard touchdown run. Hartzell escapes tonight over Jasper 17-14. So that indeed does set up a Class 6A Region 7 showdown between Muscle Shoals and Hartzell next week for the Class 6A Region 7 title. Now, what does it also mean? It means that Hartzell has guaranteed themselves a first-round home playoff game. Muscle Shoals already had that in the books with the bye. So next week, so your Muscle Shoals and Hartzell, 1-2 or 2-1 there in the playoffs. What does the loss do to Jasper? Makes them the 3rd seed. They will be the 3rd seed in Class 6A Region 7 when the playoffs get underway. Now, who gets the 4th seed in Class 6A Region 7? Coleman gets a win tonight, so they move to 2-4, Athens gets a win tonight. They move to 2-3 in region play. Decatur 1-4, and Columbia still in search of it. So right now, Athens would be your 4th seed in Class 6A Region 7. Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, Jasper, and Athens, as of right now, would be your 4 teams headed to the playoffs in Class 6A Region 7. All right, we've got a lot of attention. We are keeping a ton of eyes on what's going on in Class 7A Region 4. We already know Bob Jones is in the clubhouse. They got a 48-0 win tonight over Albertville. That is huge. Bob Jones needed a win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. If Bob Jones had fallen, they would have fallen out of the playoff race, and that is not the case. Bob Jones gets a win. We're keeping an eye on what's going on between Austin and James Clemens. Austin looking to stay atop the region standings. They came in tonight tied with Florence atop the region standings. We are trying to keep an eye on what's going on there. We're going to get you up to date. I can tell you right this, but James Clemens will lead 10-7 after the first quarter. This one will be tied at 10 at the half. At the end of the quarter, we were tied at 17. And then how about this? James Clemens gets it done tonight, 33-31 over Austin. 33-31, James Clemens over Austin tonight. So that means now we are keeping an eye on what's going on between Florence and Huntsville. This one was close. Florence has kind of opened up the gap just a little bit there over at Milton Frank Stadium. We're going to get an update on that one here in just a minute. But we just recapped what happened between Hartselle and Jasper. We want to go out to our Scoreboard Show hotline because we have the head coach of the Hartselle Tigers. It's going to be one happy ride back from Jasper to Hartselle tonight. Head coach Bert Newton, kind enough to join us tonight. Coach, first of all, I know this one was tough. You knew it was going to be tough. A road game at Jasper. Jasper, a good football team. And you find a way late, and I mean late, to pull it out.
Yeah, we waited till the last minute there to take the lead for sure. 8 seconds to go. But our kids, man, they battled, and Jackson's a tough place to play. They had a whole side. Their whole side was packed out with fans, and you know it's their referees, not ours, and our kids just battled and battled and battled, and we made some mistakes. Now, I mean, we turned it over on offense. We dropped some passes on offense. We had some penalties. Defensively, we had one bad drive, probably 16 plays by Jasper, which is a credit to them and their coaches in the second quarter. But other than that, defensively, man, our guys played their guts out. So really, really proud of them. Against an electric offense as well that Jasper has.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about your defense. You get off to a great start. Hayden Gray gets you on the board, a pick six right out of the gates. Yep. Great start there by the defense.
Yes, sir. So Coach Cole made a great call on that one. We were in cover 2, and Hayden was the low hole guy, and he read it out perfectly and went and got it and got us our first score of the night.
Well, Coach, now I mean it's here, and this win tonight. I mean, if you go on the road tonight and you come up short, next week doesn't mean as much, but now you do set up the stage for a winner-take-all region title. You do guarantee yourself a first-round home playoff game, but next week you do put yourself in position to win an outright region title.
We do, and we're playing a really, really, really good Muscle Shoals team. Their defense is one of the better ones I've seen since I've been in North Alabama. They remind me of a 7A Birmingham, Thompson or Hoover when they're up type of defense. So it's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna be in our place. It's gonna be JB Kane. And hey, our kids, it won't matter to them. They're going to try to win a region championship. We talk about, you know, our main goals are win championships, and that's region first, you know, state next. But to do that, your best chance is to be on top of the bracket by being the 1 seed. And our kids will be all about it. And, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, this is why we play the game. This is why we love Friday nights so much for high school football, because these are moments that kids will never forget. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. I know it's going to be a happy ride back. Best of luck next week. And I know you had to sweat it out tonight, but a win is a win. So congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for everything y'all do for high school football. Appreciate you.
All right, there you go. Bert Newton, head coach of the Hartselle Tigers. I tell you, 8 seconds left. Hartselle finds a way to get it done on the road. We've got a final from Milton Frank Stadium. The Florence Falcons knock off Huntsville 45-29. Your final there. You go inside the numbers on this one. Now, with you add tonight's score in there, Huntsville has not beaten Florence since 2012, and that was a first round of the playoff game in Class 6A. In fact, in 17 tries, make that 18 tries now, Huntsville has only been able to get by Florence 4 times. Their last regular season win now against the Falcons, you have to go all the way back to 2011. Florence started the night tied atop the region standings with Austin at 4-1. With James Clemens getting by Austin 33-31, it is now the Florence Falcons sitting atop the Class 7A Region 4 standings at 5-1. So Austin goes to 4-2. Florence goes to 5-1. James Clemens moves to 4-2 in region play. How about that? Huntsville falls to 3-3. Sparkman in control right now. They're taking on the Grissom Tigers. And we can tell you right now that Sparkman is in control of this one. It was 40-13 last check. So we intend Sparkman will move to 4-2 in region play as well. Bob Jones moves to 3-3 in region play. Albertville, they're going to come up short tonight, so they go 1-5. Grissom still looking for that elusive region win. But as of right now, here are your region standings in Class 7A Region 4. The Florence Falcons lead the way at 5-1. Then you have the Austin Black Bears at 4-2. James Clemens at 4-2, and Sparkman at 4-2, followed by Huntsville and Bob Jones 3-3. Now, the 2 losses for Sparkman in region play come against James Clemens and the Austin Black Bears. So, virtue of the tiebreaker, right now, Florence, Austin, and James Clemens 1, 2, and 3. And the Sparkman Senators would be your 4th seed right now, hanging on in Class 7A Region 4. Bob Jones and Huntsville still not out of it, but both of those teams are going to need a little help down the stretch to get into the playoffs. If you look at what is next, we take a look here real fast. I know we got more scores coming in. We got more scores coming in to the Scoreboard Show hotline, and we want to get all of these scores in. But if you look at the Bob Jones Patriots, next week, they will take on Huntsville. The winner of that game will still have a chance to get into the playoffs. The Sparkman Senators next week will travel to region-leading Florence. Big game there. James Clemens will have Albertville next week, and the Austin Black Bears will wrap up region play by taking on Grissom. So it is a huge, huge thing. Now, the good news is for the Sparkman Senators, they do have the tiebreakers over Huntsville and Bob Jones. So that is the good news for the Sparkman Senators. Even if you get tripped up against the Florence Falcons, you still are in good shape to make the playoffs. All right, let's continue. Let's see, what time is it here? 9:45. Let's get a break in, shall we? Our first break of the evening here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
And down the stretch we go. Welcome to Week 8 of our high school streaming network. A full slate of games, including Buckhorn taking on Mae Jemison. That'll be over the airwaves of 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Mustang Zone has Madison Academy at JP2 at Joe Davis Stadium. Randolph is at Madison County. Sparkman plays host to Grissom, while Westminster Christian Academy is at North Jackson. Be sure and download our app and listen to all of our games all season long.
This is Kelvis Whitehead, football coach of the Bob Jones Patriots, and you're listening to North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Helping us come back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Kelvis White and his Bob Jones Patriots, they're victorious tonight over Albertville, 48-0. Big win for the Patriots. All right, I tell you what, we're getting there, folks. Whoa, a lot of the blanks are almost filled in. So let's run it down Class 7A style.
Class 7A scores.
All right, Class 7A, here we go. Sparkman over Grissom, 40-14. Florence over Huntsville tonight, 45-29. That one over at Milton Frank Stadium. Florence now, they are 5-1 in Class 7A Region 4. They are sitting atop the region by themselves because James Clemens knocks off Austin 33-31. And it's Bob Jones over Albertville, 48-0. Those are your 7A Region 4 finals. Let's get you into some 6A.
Class 6A scores.
All right, Class 6A, Region 8 we go. The Gadsden City Titans. How about this to start a game? When your offense doesn't even take the field for 2 series, and the first time your offense steps on the field, you're up 14-0. That's what Gadsden City did tonight against Southside. Gadsden City blocks a punt, recovers it for a touchdown. They go up 7-0. Southside comes back. Next possession, they throw a pick six. Zion Gibson. A pick six, 14-0 for the Titans. Before their offense even steps onto the field, they roll in a big way tonight over Southside, 42-7. So Gadsden City locks up a first-round home playoff game with that win tonight over Southside. Fort Payne, the Wildcats take on Hazel Green tonight, and Fort Payne gets it done 38-12. The story in this one, it was announced a couple days ago. We talked about it a couple days ago, but Fred Ferrier resigned as Hazel Green football coach midweek. So the Trojans with an interim coach tonight, they come up short 38-12. Buckhorn over May Jemison, 6-0, your final there. So your Class 6A Region 8 standings after this evening. Fort Payne moves to 5-0. Gadsden City moves to 4-1. Buckhorn goes to 4-2. May Jemison goes to 2-3. Southside goes to 2-3. Hazel Green goes to 1-4. Lee Generals, they were idle this week at 0-5, still looking for that region win. So Fort Payne, Gadsden City, they will have your first round buys in the playoffs. Buckhorn 4-2, snug as a rug. They're in the third spot. Question is, who gets the fourth spot in Class 6A Region 8? If the playoffs started tonight, that would be Southside, thanks to that double overtime victory, I should say, over May Jemison a couple weeks ago. So Fort Payne, Gadsden City, Buckhorn, and Southside would be your 4 teams in the playoffs as of tonight in Class 6A Region 8. May Jemison next week on a tangle with Gadsden City. So the Jaguars still have a shot, need a win next week, and a Southside loss, and they can still make the playoffs. All right, Class 6A Region 7, Hartselle over Jasper, 17-14. Again, Hartselle gets the game-winning touchdown with 8 seconds left. A Kane Falciani 2-yard touchdown run. Tigers get it done 17-14. Coleman over Decatur, 37-13. Athens over Columbia, 64-14. Again, your Class 6A Region 7 standings, Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, they're headed to the playoffs, and they're both round 1 home game participants as well, thanks to their shutout, thanks to their 5-0 records. Jasper 3-2, Athens 2-3. Those would be your 4 teams right now in Class 6A Region 7. Although Decatur Coleman trying to throw a wrench in those plans. All right, we go on to Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, Class 5A Region 8, Guntersville over Boaz, 34-17. Brewer and Douglas. Douglas gets the win tonight over Brewer. And then Scottsboro over Arab, 28-7. That is a big game, big region there. Why? Boaz, Guntersville, Scottsboro, and Arab all started the night with 1 loss in region play. Scottsboro entered the night 4-1. They are now 5-1 in region play. Arab falls to 3-2. Guntersville came in. They slipped down in the rankings just a little bit. They were number 9 now in the Class 5A polls this week. They get the win. They're now 4-1. Boaz slips up. They're 3-2. Brewer with the loss. They're now 1-4. Douglas goes to 2-3. And Sardis sitting there at 0-5. So here's your Class 5A Region 8 up to the minute standings. You've got Scottsboro and Guntersville 5-1, 4-1. Remember, last week Scottsboro knocked off Guntersville. So right now, as the ending of the night, Scottsboro would be your number 1 seed, followed by Guntersville at 4-1, and then Arab and Boaz would be your 3-4s, 4-3s. We got to figure out the tie-break scenarios there right now, but those would be the 4 teams in Class 5A Region 8 if the playoffs started tonight. All right, Class 5A Region 7, Priceville over Lawrence County. That's a big win for Priceville. And remember, they were tripped up last week by Fairview, their first region loss of the evening. Now, Fairview has a non-region game tonight. They were playing Sardis, non-region contest game there. Russellville over West Point, 42-14. That puts Russellville at 4-1 in the region. And so West Point falls to 2-3. East Limestone and Ardmore. We're going to get you that final here in a little bit. Ardmore was in control of that one. East Limestone still looking for that elusive region win. All right, let's go Class 4A Region 8, shall we?
Class 4A scores.
All right, here's what we have. North Jackson over Westminster Christian Academy, 34-16. Now, that's big for North Jackson. That puts them at 4-2 in the region. Reason why, because Randolph and Madison County nipping at their heels. Randolph gets the win tonight. They too now are 4-2 in region play. Big win for head coach David Lloyd. Madison County and head coach Chris Hancock, they fall to 3-4 on the season. JP2 did give Madison Academy a scare in the first half, going toe-for-toe with them, matching them for touchdowns. Madison Academy, though, their depth just too much for JP2 tonight over at Wicks Family Field. 48-29, your final there. Madison Academy and Bob Godsey, they get it done. So what does that mean for Madison Academy? That means next week it is ginormous. That means they will travel to take on Plainview. Plainview, no problems with New Hope tonight. Undefeated in region play, the Plainview Bears and Dale Pruitt, Bob Godsey and Madison Academy. They are now 6-0 in region play. Plainview going to move to 6-0 in region play. So your Class 4A Region 8 championship decided next week on the field. Whoever wins that game will be the number 1 seed. Whoever comes out of that will be the number loss on the side will be the number 2 seed. And North Jackson right now, as of tonight, North Jackson would be your 3 seed. And Randolph right now getting into the playoffs as a 4 seed for head coach David Lloyd. Remember how the season started for Randolph? But you got to remember, they played the 3rd-ranked team in Class 4A, West Morgan, and then turned around and played the 5th-ranked team in Class 2A, Pisgah. So David Lloyd challenged his ball club in the early beginning, and now, if the season ended right now, David Lloyd and the Randolph Raiders would be in the playoffs. All right, 9:58. We are just about up to that break. We've got a lot more scores to get to. Class 4A Region 7, Deschler over West Limestone, 47-14. Wilson over East Lawrence, 28-22. Class 4A Region 6, it was White Plains over Etowah, 27-21. Anniston over Aniana, 43-6. We have an upset tonight. Alexandria over Cherokee County. Cherokee County starting the night, 6th ranked in Class 4A. They fall for the 3rd time this season. And it was Hamilton over Haleyville, 56-14. Good Hope just gets by Fayette County, 24-22. We got a lot more scores to get to, but we've got 4 quarters to do it in. When we come back, we'll put quarter 1 up on the board. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. Alabama! Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Hello, welcome to the Hoop Collective podcast. We talk about the NBA, which we are doing on Sunday evening. Joining me from Dallas. Why would I start with him?
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now. 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's your host, Scott Theisen.
Good evening and welcome into the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. If you've not been to the Ace Hardware in Guntersville, you need to. They're locally owned, and they've got just about everything, kind of like us on a Friday night. We've got it all. We've got all the scores. We've got the region standings. We've got a little bit of everything for you. We've already had Burt Newton on, head coach of the Hartselle Tigers, after they score with 8 seconds left on the road to get a win over Jasper tonight. The big game of the night in Class 7A Region 4. How about this one? James Clemens goes on the road tonight and gets a win over Austin, 33-31. Florence over Huntsville, 45-29. Florence going to play for the region championship next week. Sparkman squarely in the mix. We mentioned that because right now, Florence 5-1, Austin 4-2, James Clemens 4-2, Sparkman 4-2. Those 2 losses for Sparkman, Austin, and James Clemens. It'd be the 4th seed right now in the standings. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. We mentioned it. James Clemens on the road tonight over Austin, 33-31. And their head coach, Juan Johnson, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, I am sure that drive from the River City back to County Line Road is ever so sweet, pulling off this road win tonight.
It is a sweet win. I'm so proud of my kids. I mean, We've been just finding a way in the special team game. We were able to pull one out right there at the end. So exciting times, and we're excited to punch our ticket into the playoffs. We continue to move forward. I said at the very beginning, we want to be good in October. We played some very good ball here. We got to continue that throughout the rest of the month.
This one was back and forth. I mean, neither team really was able to separate themselves. You look at it, I mean, you guys were up 10-0 early. Then Austin comes back. We're tied at 10 at the half. We're tied at 17 at the end of the third quarter. I mean, it was back and forth all night. What was the difference down the stretch that you were able to get the win?
To be honest, we said we wanted to run the football. We were able to run the football there at the end and establish our run game. We were really good there late, and then they were able to, they made a few plays. They had an outstanding quarterback. He made plays down the stretch, had a really good throw there to kind of put them up. They ended up going for 2 to put it away, and then they kick it off, and we get the squib, and we just wouldn't quit tonight. I'm just so proud of him. Again, Kyle Lyles, our kicker all year, he's kind of been trying to find his way. That was probably the biggest kick of his life.
That was a huge game, and as you mentioned, it does get you into the playoffs tonight. But there's still work to do. Next week, you're at home with Albertville. And as big as a game this one is, next week's bigger because otherwise tonight won't mean very much.
It won't. I mean, we just talk about finishing what we started, finishing the region play at the level in which we'd like to play. There's a lot of scenarios down there. In Mobile, you had a few upsets down there that kind of play a couple tactics that could create some interesting playoff matchups.
Well, Coach, who kind of real fast, I know you haven't had a chance to break it all down on the film, but who kind of stood out to you tonight on the field?
I mean, MJ Gideon has played outstanding the last 3 weeks. I tell him every week since I've gotten here, I always say, man, you're really good when you know what to do. And he's kind of taking a step forward just in learning the playbook, being able to play multiple positions, and really getting stressing defense coordinators out about where he's going to line up. And hopefully we can continue that down the stretch.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. James Clemens head coach Juan Johnson joining us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Congratulations on locking up a playoff berth in your first season as Jets head coach, and best of luck next week at home against Albertville.
Thank you so much, and go Jets.
All right. Juan Johnson kind enough to join us there. His Jets victorious tonight, 33-31 over the Austin Black Bears. That does stamp a ticket to the playoffs for James Clemens. All right. We had gotten through 6-5, and let's go back. Let's get you some 3A scores from tonight.
Class 3A scores.
All right, let's go Class 3A Region 8. We've not had a chance to get you updated on anything in 3A Region 8 tonight. Geraldine checks in at number 5 in the Class 3A polls. They were on the road taking on Whitesburg Christian Academy and head coach Jer Adcock. Geraldine just a little too much tonight, 49-24 your final there. The Fife Red Devils, the third-ranked team in Class 3A, on the road taking on Holly Pond, and Fife gets the win 54-14. Sylvania over Asbury, 47-6. Your final. Class 3A Region 7. What a close ball game this was. Clements and Brick Pugh. Head coach Brick Pugh gets a win tonight, 28-27 over Sheffield. Lauderdale County over Rogers, 39-37. Mars Hill Bible, the number 1 team in Class 3A. No problems tonight with Colbert Heights. They get the shutout win, 55-0. And Colbert County came into the night in Class 3A Region 7. They came in 4-1 in region play, sitting right behind Mars Hill Bible. They moved to 5-1 in the region standings as they get by Elkmont 72-19. Your final there. So Elkmont, Sheffield, the reason. So Mars Hill Bible and Colbert County, they stamp their tickets for first-round home playoff games. Mars Hill Bible, obviously, you're going to be your 3A Region 7 champions. Colbert County will be the 2 seed. Colbert Heights, with that loss tonight, they moved to 3-3 in region play. Lauderdale County with the win over Rogers. That was a huge win because they go to 4-2 in region play. Rogers and Lauderdale County, started the night at 3-2 in the region. So your Class 3A Region 7 standings. Mars Hill Bible, Colbert County, 1-2 in the region, followed by Lauderdale County at 4-2, and then Colbert Heights and Rogers. This is where we got to do a little checking. We're going to get the scoreboard team to check in on some of these tiebreakers right here. Who Colbert Heights and Rogers, we need to find out what they have left coming up in region play, and we will do that here. The scoreboard team pulling it up right now on the big board for us, so we have it. Rogers and Colbert Heights. We're trying to figure this one out. Rogers and Elkmont. So Rogers has Elkmont next week. And when you're looking at Colbert Heights next week, Colbert Heights on the schedule, they have Lauderdale County next week. So that's a big ball game there. As far as the regular season matchup went between Colbert Heights and Rogers got the win 56-28. So if they end up as a tie, Rogers owns the tie break there. All right, let's go Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
All right, Class 2A Region 8, Winston County over Tharptown 77-6. Red Bay over Decatur Heritage 50-9. A non-region game last night, Brooks over Lexington 49-21. North Sand Mountain in Class 2A started the night ranked number 7 in the Class 2A polls, taking on Pleasant Valley, who came in ranked number 6. This was a 6 versus 7 matchup, and Pleasant Valley gets the win tonight, 42-27. Class 2A Region 6, Southeastern over Cold Springs, 13-8. We'll get you some 1A scores here in just a minute as the Scoreboard team continues to fill in all of the scores from tonight's action. We spent a little bit of time a minute ago in the Class 4A Region 8 region because we mentioned Madison Academy, big winners tonight. They had to work for that one. It was a little closer than I think of what it was. A lot of people thought it would be. 48-29, your final there. Madison Academy over JP2. JP2 went toe-to-toe with the Mustangs early on in this one. It was North Jackson over Westminster Christian Academy, 34-16. But the game that we had circled, the game that we were keeping an eye on here inside the Scoreboard studios, was the Randolph and Madison County game, because in Class 4A Region 8, Madison County started the night 3-3. Randolph started the night 3-2. The winner of this game really puts themselves in the driver's seat to get into the playoffs. Still some region games left down the stretch, because remember, in Class 4A Region 8, they are a 9-team region. So there's a little extra region games left than what most people have. After tonight, Randolph still has 2 more region contests left against North Jackson and New Hope, but they did themselves a favor tonight by keeping themselves in the mix with a 38-14 win over Madison County. And their head coach, David Lloyd, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, you go on the road tonight and take on a very good, very physical Madison County team led by head coach Chris Hancock.
We knew they were going to be physical coming in, and we knew we'd have to match that physicality. And I thought we did a phenomenal job with that. I thought we won the game up front on both sides of the offensive and defensive line, and I thought our defense played lights out when we needed to.
Well, Coach, no secret, Madison County likes to run the ball defensively. How were you able to kind of control the game?
Like I said, our defense played lights out. We did a great job with tackles for loss, limited them to gain. Defensively, we created some takeaways. And we know they like to run the football, and we know they're very good at it, but we think we're good at it too. And I think Jonathan Billions played a heck of a game, and I thought we were the more physical football team tonight.
Well, Coach, offensively, you do put up 38 points. What worked well for you offensively?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I'm on the bus ride.
That's okay. Offensively, you put up 38 points. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job up front on the offensive line. I don't know what the total numbers are, but I thought we ran the ball really, really well. Landon Leo made some big time.
He's on the bus.
And it's really one of the biggest plays for us. Will Simpson makes a catch right before halftime, takes us down to about the 2-yard line. We're able to spike it. Tanner Durbin comes on and kicks the field goal to give us a 17-14 lead going into halftime. And man, after that, it was all Raiders.
Well, Coach, tonight's a big win for you guys. It does keep you in the mix for the playoffs. Because of the 9-team region, you still have 2 region games left, but tonight took a big step to getting back to the playoffs.
Yeah, it did. And, we'll worry about those guys next week. I know we got North Jackson, but we're going to enjoy the win tonight. And looks like it sets us up for, our 6th playoff appearance in a row. So really happy for our team, really happy for our program. And, man, our kids are awesome, man. I don't think there's a better group out there. Love coaching these guys.
Coach, are you seeing, we talked about it earlier in the show, just how tough your non-region games were earlier in the year, taking on Pisgah, taking on West Morgan. Are you seeing the benefits of that now?
Yeah, I think we are. We get down 14-7 against these guys, and they're a physical football team, but we didn't flinch. And we made the schedule the way we made it for a reason. We wanted to play tough competition because it prepared us for tonight like tonight. We were never out of the game. We knew we had an opportunity, and we knew we were just going to have to fight through some adversity, and I think we did a phenomenal job at that.
Well, Coach David Lloyd, Randolph head coach. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Best of luck next week. But more importantly, again, congratulations on that win tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, David Lloyd, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. His Raiders victorious tonight, Class 4A Region 8, taking on Madison County 38-14. The other score from Class 4A Region 8, Plainview over New Hope 48-7. And again, that does set up next week Madison Academy and Plainview. If you look at the Class 4A standings, Madison Academy checking in or the rankings, I should say, Madison Academy checking in at number 5 this week, Plainview checking in at number 7. So we are going to have a good old-fashioned region championship game between two top 10 teams in Class 4A. That Class 4A region, as far as North Alabama goes, it has to be tough. You have West Morgan checking in at number 3 in the polls. You've got Anniston checking in at number 4, Madison Academy checking in at number 5, Cherokee County number 6, Plainview number 7, Hamilton number 8, Deschler 9, and Good Hope checking in at number 10. All of those from North Alabama. That is going to be a heck of a playoff bracket when it's all said and done. All right, 10-16. That's quarter number 1 done here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. We got 3 more quarters left. We have only just begun. When we come back, we've got more scores and more reaction from our night of high school football. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold-certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville. When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know, the holiday season is just around the corner. So come to Owen Home Appliance Center and get the complete Frigidaire kitchen. You buy the fridge, range, and the microwave, and you get a dishwasher free. Or maybe you need a commercial kitchen for that huge family coming in for the holiday season. Let them help you with brands like Viking, Miele, KitchenAid, Z-Line, and Cafe. Quality products, quality pricing, quality service. That's what Owen Home Appliance Center stands for. Just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
This is Michael Harper, head coach of the New Hope Indians, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back into the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Guntersville Ace Hardware. What a night it has been for high school football all across North Alabama. Some scores are still rolling in. We've had some ones go long. We've had some final scores just kind of come in. Priceville over Lawrence County, 53-13. Big win for Priceville there. Some other ones that we've just not had a chance to get through yet. We mentioned the Culver County over Elkmont score. We mentioned Scottsboro over Arab, 28-7. Guntersville over Boaz, 34-17. Clements over Sheffield, 28-27. How about Oakman over Vinemont, 40-14. Fife over Holly Pond, 54-14. Winfield over Hansville, 48-21. Anniston over Aniana, 43-6. Welburn over Locust Fork, 54-48. It was Sandrock over Cedar Bluff, 68-40. There we go. Lauderdale County over Rogers, 39-37. Good Hope over Fayette County, 24-22. All right, so let's delve back in. Let's delve back into our Class 6. Let's go Class 6A Region 8 real fast.
Class 6A scores.
All right, your Class 6A Region 8, we've got all of it in. We've got 6A Region 8, and we've got 6A Region 7. We've got all of those scores filled in. Gadsden City over Southside, 42-7. Fort Payne over Hazel Green, 38-12. And Buckhorn over Mae Jemison, 6-0. Class 6A Region 7, Hartselle over Jasper, 17-14. Coleman over Decatur, 37-13. And Athens over Columbia, 64-14. All right, Class 7A Region 4, it was Sparkman over Grissom, 40-14. Bob Jones shuts out Albertville, 48-0. James Clemens over Austin, 33-31. We just had Juan Johnson on, talking on his way back from the River City on that big win. And then the other one was Florence and Huntsville, 45-29. The Falcons get it done over Huntsville. And Falcons head coach Kenny Morrison joining us on his way back from Milton Franks Stadium with us tonight. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was a big win for us for sure.
Yeah, it was a big win. Just talk about this one a little bit. It was a very, very tight ball game there. What was the biggest difference?
Our guys just being resilient, handling adversity. We got down several times throughout the game, and our guys just kept fighting. They never wavered under pressure, and when it came time to make big plays, our guys made big plays. And, hats off to our senior class who has bought in completely to what's been going on since they got here 4 years ago. And, credits to the kids and what they're doing on that field and playing so hard for us.
The win tonight makes it 4 straight for you guys. 2 of those have come on the road. You've had to come over here a couple weeks ago, knock off a very good and an improving James Clemens team. Tonight, though, you were able to score 45 points. You scored 43 in your win last week. What's been the key offensively to find a lot of the success that you've been able to have?
Dude, we've got some skilled guys that are really talented, and we just getting the ball to them. Hats off to our offensive staff, Coach Cade McGuire, our offensive coordinator, Cole Harden, our O-line coach, Parker Driggers, our wide receiver coach, and Nathan Sawyer, coaches tight end and H's. Just guys being on the same page and getting our guys in a position to make plays, and then guys making plays. It's not always about scheme. It's, a lot has to do with players. And we've got some skilled guys that are really talented right now.
And one of those guys, your quarterback, Cade Davis, another good night for Cade Davis.
Wow, he has gotten better week in and week out. And, he was a kid coming in from last year as the penciled-in starter. And, we put competition in front of him with 2 other quarterbacks trying to take his job. He has fought through it and has been the guy that said, I'm not going to be denied. I'm the leader of this team, and I'm going to be the guy.
Well, Coach, it was a big win for you guys because coupled with the James Clemens win over Austin, you're heading back to Florence tonight atop the Class 7A Region 4 standings. Now, you still have a huge game with Sparkman next week. Big game, and you'll be playing for a region championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night in Brawley Stadium. We've got Teacher Appreciation Night, and great opportunity for us to celebrate that night with our teachers and the fans. Our community has been awesome supporting these young men. I will hope they continue to do that. We need a packed house, and we've got something special going on right now, and got an opportunity to have a really special night. We just got to get ready to play. Really good football team coming in, Sparkman, so we'll have our hands full, but our guys will be ready.
All right, Kenny Morrison, head coach of the Florence Falcons, kind enough to spend a couple minutes with us on his way back to Florence after his team gets a 45-29 win tonight over Huntsville. Coach, congratulations on the win. Safe travels back, and best of luck next week.
Thank you so much. Go Falcons.
All right, Kenny Morrison, kind enough to spend time with us. And again, your Class 7A Region 4 standings: Florence 5-1, Austin 4-2, James Clemens 4-2, Sparkman 4-2, Huntsville Bob Jones 3-3 apiece, Albertville 1-5, and Grissom will look for that elusive win next week. So that is your up-to-the-minute Class 7A Region 4 standings. We ran down the 6A Region 8 scores. Your 6A Region 8 standings: Fort Payne, they clinch a first-round home playoff game. They clinch a share of the region championship. They can do it outright next week with a win. Gadsden City gets a win tonight. They're 4-1. So those 2 teams will be at home in round 1 of the playoffs. Buckhorn will slip in right now as the 3 seed. May Jemison, Southside still battling to see who will get that 4th seed. Class 6A Region 7, you're up to minute standings. Muscle Shoals and Hartzell, both 5-0. They will decide that region championship next week inside J.P. Kane Stadium there in Hartzell. Jasper 3-2. So Jasper, the 3rd seed at the end of the night. Right now, Athens, your 4th seed. So Muscle Shoals, Hartzell, Jasper, and Athens in the playoffs. As of right now, a lot can change, but Class 6A Region 7, that's how you go. Class 5A Region 8 with the results from tonight: Scottsboro and Guntersville sitting atop the standings. Scottsboro 5-1, Guntersville 4-1. But because Scottsboro got the best of Guntersville last week, Scottsboro right now would be the 1 seed, Guntersville the 2 seed. Arab and Boaz hanging on as your 3 and 4 seeds, possibly there in Class 5A Region 8. So a lot still to play for in Class 5A Region 8. Class 5A Region 7, Fairview on top 5-0. Remember, they had a non-region game this week. Priceville and Russellville both 4-1 in the region, and those losses both coming to the hands of Fairview. West Point, Ardmore, Lawrence County, and East Limestone there. But your 4 teams: Fairview, Priceville, Russellville, and West Point. Right now, Ardmore does I believe Ardmore is going to get a win tonight, so Ardmore would move to 2-3. So West Point and Ardmore battling there for a playoff spot. All right, 10:30. Let's get a break in. When we come back, we'll get more reaction from around the area. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor, leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s. It'll be a great evening for Friday night football. We drop into the lower 60s as we head into the overnight. A mostly sunny sky for your Saturday. We are going to be breezy. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s. Showers and thunderstorms build in Saturday night and then early into Sunday morning, some of which could be stronger.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 The Zone. Now back to the scores. Go Raiders.
Welcome back. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Scores are rolling in. The region standings continuing to get updated. Week 8 of the high school football season pretty much in the books. We've got region champions being crowned tonight. We've got teams that have pretty much locked up first round home playoff games. And I tell you what, after looking at some of the results from tonight, I tell you, next Friday night, if you are in the area anywhere for a high school football game, you may want to go check one out because we have got plenty of games that will be 4 region championships. One of those going to take place Madison Academy and Plainview. That'll be for a region championship. That'll be a good old-fashioned ball game right there. Another one will be in Class 7A. Florence and Sparkman, they'll battle for a region championship over at Brawley Stadium. The reason why Florence gets a 45-29 win over Huntsville, you just heard Kenny Morrison from Florence. They're on his way back to Florence, giving us his thoughts on the game. Drew Arman was on the call on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone's Talk Radio, WZZN, and he gives us now the breakdown from the Huntsville perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough one for the Crimson Panthers. It was a back-and-forth ball game for 3.5 quarters. Huntsville came out, and Florence won the toss and decided to, defer. And Huntsville came out and drove the ball down and scored, the first touchdown of the game, a 2-yard run from, Armand Settlers with 7:32 to go. And that made it 7-0. But to Florence's credit, they missed a field goal, on their first possession. But then they stopped Huntsville, and that's when their offense got untracked. I mean, I'll say this: of all the teams that I've watched this year, they are the best RPO team I've seen. Hugh Freeze should watch some film of them to learn how to run an RPO. Their senior quarterback is outstanding. Cade Davis played a great game, and kudos to him. He made a great read on the RPO to John Carter Goolsby, which was a 78-yard untouched touchdown to tie it at 7. And then Huntsville, to their credit, they fought back and they put together, not a lot of explosive plays from Huntsville, even though, Xavier Drake had a 47-yard run in the first half that helped them score, he went in from a yard out in the second quarter with 10:30 to go, made it 14-7. But then, as good teams do, Florence drove it down. They did get a very questionable, the first one of the night anyway, a pass interference call that I thought it should have been a stop for Huntsville. They gave Florence a first down. It was kind of foreshadowing what the garbage we were going to see in the fourth quarter. But it ended up being a 6-yard touchdown to Pearson for Florence on an RPO for a touchdown to tie it at 14. It was tied at halftime. And then it was a little bit of an interesting start to the second half. Within the first 4 minutes, Huntsville forced 2 Florence turnovers, but couldn't cash them in. They recovered a fumble on the kickoff return to start the second half. Scott didn't get anything going though offensively, and that was kind of the story of the second half. Was the defense by Florence was really locked in, and then Florence ran the football really well, got to the 1-yard line, fumbled. Huntsville recovered, but then couldn't move the football very well. Florence took over on a short field, ended up kicking a field goal to go up 17-14. And then that's kind of where we were going into the fourth quarter. Then Huntsville put together their one drive. I'll give them credit. It's a 38-yard touchdown on a 3rd down and long. Wyatt Smith did a good job keeping his feet alive, hitting Xavier Drake out of the backfield. Xavier made a great run after the catch, 38-yard touchdown. And so, excuse me, let me correct myself. That was very late in the third quarter, 35 seconds to go in the third. And so going into the fourth, Huntsville had regained the lead. And then they once again kind of stood on their head in the red zone. And Huntsville's defense kind of did this the whole second half because Florence was punching. I mean, they were threatening the whole second half. That's why they're a good football team. And Huntsville held on downs at the 3 and then looked like they were going to have a 3rd down and short to try to move the sticks and get out of the out of the hole. But Armand Settlers, who had a really good game, fumbled the football. It was recovered by Florence, and then that's where the chaos started. There was about 7 minutes plus left on the clock. It looked like Huntsville had Florence stopped at about the 18-yard line on a 4th down. There was a scrum out of bounds. The officials called Huntsville on a personal foul. Huntsville, kind of lost their composure a little bit, but again, there had been calls all night just not going their way. And there was 2 more unsportsmanlike called, we found out later, because they moved the ball all the way to the 3. Flags were thrown, but the officials never announced anything. And ball was given to Florence at the 3. They score a touchdown. And then it just kind of deflated Huntsville. Huntsville still had an opportunity, like Auburn last week. You're only down 3, come back, drive the ball. but Florence's defense just wasn't having it, and Huntsville turned it over on downs and basically got away from them after that. Florence basically scored every time they had the football, and to their credit, they win the game, but it just seemed like it was heavily, influenced by the officiating, which I thought was terrible, but doesn't take anything away from Florence, whose season is completely flipped, and now they've put themselves in position. I heard Coach Morrison. Big game in Brawley next week. Our Sparkman Center, as a part of our network, will be there, and they'll have a chance to make this a chaotic region title if they can win it, because it would have a lot of teams with an opportunity, that would be a lot of tiebreakers. But what Florence controls is if they win it, they are the region champions.
Yes.
And so that's all you can ask for on your home field at Brawley. And certainly Florence has played themselves into that, being 5-1, and Sparkman continues to fight under that coaching staff and Ronnie Watson. Congrats to them. It's tough right now for Florence for Huntsville and Bob Jones. They both have 3 losses. They play each other, but both of them don't have a lot of tiebreakers that can go their way. So you're almost just playing out the string. And I think that's why it was such an emotional deal for Huntsville tonight, to see the game just kind of unravel at the end for them against a really good Florence football team.
All right, Drew DeArmond from 97.7 ESPN The Zone there on the call with us for Huntsville and Florence. Good job there. We'll figure out how it all goes next week. Final week of the regular season in Class 7A Region 4 comes down to plenty of intrigue. 256-576-4977. You can join us tonight. If you've got any scores, any highlights that you want to give us, feel free to give us a call tonight. Scoreboard Show hotline is open. We got more guests, more coaches on the horizon. Who we got coming up here next? I know we got somebody. Big night all around. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. The Russellville Golden Tigers. Is that right? Is that where we're going? All right. Russellville victorious tonight in Class 5A Region 7. They take on West Point. They get a win 42-14. Your final there. Russellville head coach. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline, shall we? Here we go. Coach Dustin Goodwin, kind enough to join us here on the Scoreboard Show hotline. And Coach, congratulations here. Scott Theisen here in our Scoreboard studios. Congratulations on the 42-14 win tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you. And Coach, what worked well tonight?
Well, it was homecoming, so there's a lot of things going on this week, and had a middle school championship that we won, a volleyball area championship that we won, and everything that homecoming brings. So a ton of potential distractions, but our kids handled it really well. Thought they were focused, ready to play, and we're able to make a lot of plays tonight. So it was a good night. 42
points offensively. I know you haven't had a chance to break it all down, watch the film, but who kind of stood out to you tonight offensively?
Well, we saw a lot of pressures and man coverage, and we were able to, take advantage of that in some spots and had several big plays, and and we sort of knew we had the chance to do some of those things, but our kids had to make the plays, when they were in the position, and fortunately they were able to do that.
And 14 points given up by your defense. Obviously a great night and a great effort by your defense tonight.
It was, absolutely. The one touchdown came after a call after we thought we had to stop, and those things happen, and we didn't want to give that one up. And then the other one was a long run that was broken after a missed tackle. So we had an opportunity to get off the field both times, and I know our staff and players are going to work to make those corrections and not create those same mistakes.
Dustin Goodwin, head coach of the Russellville Golden Tigers, joining us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, what this win does tonight is it sets up your final region game of the season next week. It does set it up. You're at home with Priceville. The winner of that game next week gets that number 2 seed in the playoffs and a first-round home playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate to be that we've put ourselves in this position first off, and we have the opportunity. Really proud of our kids and coaches, and not letting sort of a slow start with a young team affect them and tank the season. They're fighters. We know that we still can get better and have some growth left in us, and but having the opportunity to potentially host a playoff game and finish second in the region is something that we look forward to, and that's where our focus is going to be next week.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless y'all.
All right, Dustin Goodwin, head coach of the Russellville Golden Tigers, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. His Tigers victorious tonight, 42-14 over West Point, and it does. Priceville got the win tonight over Lawrence County, 53-13. So that does set it up. Fairview will win the region. They will be the number 1 seed in Class 5A Region 7. But who will be the number 2 seed? It all comes down to next week. Priceville and Russellville. The winner of that one will be your 2 seed in Class 5A Region 7. All right, let's get our final break in of the evening. When we come back, we'll run it all down for you like we do. 7-1 your scores, and you never know who may join us.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
This is Ronnie Watson, head coach of the Sparkman Senators, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back in to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by our good friends over at Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Again, a locally owned hardware store in Guntersville. If you've not been there, please stop by, check them out, and tell them thanks for being a part of the show. All right, we love it. We do it each and every week. Let's run them down 7-1.
Class 7A scores.
All right, Sparkman over Grissom 40-14. Florence over Huntsville 45-29. Bob Jones over Albertville 48-0. And James Clemens over Austin 33-31. Class 6A.
Class 6A scores.
All right, Gaston City over Southside, Class 6A Region 8. Fort Payne over Hazel Green 38-12. And Buckhorn over May Jemison 6-0. Class 6A Region 7, Hartselle over Jasper 17-14. Coleman over Decatur 37-13. And Athens over Columbia 64-14. Class 6A Region 6, Mountain Brook shuts out Huffman 43-0. Clay Chalkville over Oxford 40-16. Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, Guntersville over Boaz 34-17. Remember, 5A, that's 9th-ranked Guntersville. It's Douglas over Brewer 49-22 and Scottsboro over Arab 28-7. Class 5A Region 7, Priceville over Lawrence County 53-13. Fairview holding on over Sardis 41-39, our last score there. Russellville over West Point 42-14. And the score that we were keeping an eye on as well for most of the night, Ardmore and East Limestone. Ardmore able to get the win tonight, 35-16 over East Limestone. Class 5A Region 6, it was St. Clair County over Lincoln, 45-32, and Leeds over Center Point, 21-7. Let's go Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
Yeah, Madison Academy in Class 4A, 5th-ranked Madison Academy on the road taking on JP2 tonight. Madison Academy winners 48-29. North Jackson over Westminster Christian Academy, 34-16. Plainview, who's checking in at number 7 in the 4A rankings over New Hope, 48-7. Randolph over Madison County, 38-14. Class 4A Region 7, Deschler over West Limestone, 47-14. Wilson over East Lawrence, 28-22. Hatton was on the road tonight, taking on Danville. And the Hatton Hornets and head coach Nikita Stover. We'll get you that one here in a second. West Morgan, who comes in at number 3 in the Class 4A polls over Central Florence, 57-19. Class 4A Region 6, White Plains over Etowah, 27-21. Asheville over Hokes Bluff, 24-21. Anniston over Aniana, 43-6. Upset alert here. Alexandria over Cherokee County, 36-28. Cherokee County, of course, coming in at number 6 in the 4A rankings. Class 4A Region 5, Hamilton over Haleyville, 56-14. It was Good Hope over Fayette County, 24-22. Curry over Dora, 31-21. Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
Yeah, Class 3A Region 8, Geraldine over Whitesburg Christian Academy, 49-24. Fife over Holly Pond, 54-14. Sylvania over Asbury, 47-6. Class 3A Region 7, it was Clements, one better than Sheffield, 28-27. Lauderdale County over Rogers, 39-37. Mars Hill Bible, your number 1 team in 3A, shuts out Colbert Heights, 55-0. Colbert County over Elkmont, 72-19. Class 3A Region 6, Piedmont over Weaver, 69-21. It was Walter Wellborn over Locust Fork, 54-48. Class 3A Region 5, Oakman over Vinemont, 40-14. Gordo over Phil Campbell, 43-22. And Winfield over Hansville, 48-21. Let's go Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
Class 2A Region 8, Winston County over Tharptown 77-6. Red Bay over Decatur Heritage 50-9. Brooks over Lexington Lawn Region game 49-21. Class 2A Region 7, Sandrock over Cedar Bluff 68-40. Pleasant Valley over North Sand Mountain 42-27. That one an upset. North Sand Mountain was number 7 in Class 2A. Pisgah, your number 5 team in Class 2A, no problems with Gaston 48-6. Class 2A Region 6, Southeastern over Cold Springs 13-8. Let's get Class 1A.
Class 1A scores.
All right, Class 1A Region 8, Spring Garden over Eider 28-24. Raglan over Galesville 41-20. Appalachian over Woodville 62-7. Class 1A Region 7, Waterloo over Phillips 28-7. It was Hackleburg over Shoals Christian 50-20 and Meek over Cherokee 54-6. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. Our good friend Thomas Ashworth from AL.com, good enough to join us to give us a recap tonight of everything that he saw and everything from around North Alabama. Thomas, good evening.
Hey, man, how are you?
We are doing good. We are doing good. Were you at James Clemens tonight?
I was actually at the Buckhorn Mae Jemison game.
Okay.
Yeah, we did have boots on the ground. But, yeah, I mean, I'll start off with that one. I mean, it's a huge win. I know that it's a big deal for a James Clemens team that had a really, really rocky start to the year. Obviously, you kind of saw that Bob Jones score at the beginning of the year, and you're like, man, it might be a tough year. But no, they've really righted the ship under Juan Johnson. I credit James Clemens for that. I mean, 2 huge wins over Sparkman and Austin, and if there's still a chance they host a playoff game, which is crazy to talk about, especially when you're looking at a really weird Region 4. But I mean, there's still a chance they can host a playoff game after that one. But obviously, a huge win for James Clemens. I mean, it's still anybody's game in Region 4, which we'll see what it looks like next week. But right now, they're in the driver's seat. So a big win for Juan Johnson.
Let's talk about your game tonight. 6-0 Buckhorn over Mae Jemison. Buckhorn scores on the first possession, and then that's it. No more points the rest of the night. This one a fast-moving ball game, but Buckhorn able to get enough and stamp their ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, it was one score, and that was it. It was honestly a little bit boring, honestly, just from a guy that likes offense. But from a defensive standpoint, just Buckhorn's defensive line is just really good. Cortez Carr made a lot of really good plays in the backfield. He holds his offers from Michigan, Troy, Western Michigan. He's taking a visit to Troy at the beginning of November. He told me, and so they have a Rice commit. They have some other guys who are on that defensive line that are really good, but they made a difference. They really did, especially with a Mae Jemison team that has some athletes who they were able to mix it up with, putting some guys in the Wildcat. They had their quarterback can throw the ball downfield pretty well at times. So, I mean, it was a really good win for Buckhorn. I mean, obviously a win this late in the season, and they closed out region play. So they're number 3 in that region behind Fort Payne, who's number 1, and then Gadsden City's number 2. So they're going to be number 3. So they'll be going to the number 2 seed, which will pretty much be the loser of the Muscle Shoals Hartsville game. So it doesn't get any easier, obviously, for that. But as of right now, a really good win for Buckhorn that puts them at number 3 in that region.
That was a big one there. Any other surprises that you've been able to see? We ran down all the scores. We gave our surprises. Any other surprises from your end tonight?
Well, I think Madison Academy, obviously, with St. John Paul II. I mean, I think St. John Paul II has some athletes. I mean, Mark Andrzejewski, Noah Ross, or Joey Ross, guys that are proven athletes. They've shown they can win ball games when they need to. And, they had a big win over Elkmont to start out the year and beat New Hope and DAR the last 2 weeks. So they were coming into this one hot, just off 2 pretty good wins for JP2, but they led a lot of the game. But Madison Academy was able to pull away. Like I told Bob Gotzi, I know they're glad to get out of that one. That's a really athletic, pretty good, and almost underrated JP2 team that really does have some athletes. But Randolph getting in the playoff picture was really good for them, especially over a really physical Madison County team. So a lot of really good football games tonight. It seems like a lot of really good wins for a lot of really good programs that are looking forward to punching their ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, sets up for a fantastic Friday night next week. I tell you what, you've got Hartselle Muscle Shoals playing for a region title. You'll have Plainview Madison Academy playing for a region title. Florence, Sparkman. The games are endless next week. That is for sure.
Yes, sir. Like you said, it's going to be a crazy next week too. So we'll see what it looks like by the end of next week and by the end of the season with the playoffs this year.
All right, Thomas Ashworth, AL.com, kind enough to join with us. Good luck. Good luck. Used to doing the coaches. Thanks for calling in, bud, and get some rest.
Yes, sir. I'll take your good luck, too, though.
All right. Well, he's had a busy night. Thomas Ashworth had a busy one. He was covering Jack State earlier in the week, high school football tonight, so he's been a busy guy. All right, that's going to do it for our Week 8 edition of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Big thank you to all the coaches. Big thank you, Thomas Ashworth, for joining us, Drew DeArmond for joining us. We'll be back at it next week.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN